Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Bakon, and I'm here just to post some real quick reaction to the Lazerhawk show. I loved it. And yeah, I like the direction it took Rayman in. It's not what I expected, but I kinda like it. I might implement it in my fanfic. Kind of. It's not going to be 100% that, but it's more like he begrudgingly ends up having to don that fucking shooter McShoot persona because something or other the council gets fucked with. Either replaced with a more willing puppet state, or directly by Runus's whole shebang. And when it comes to the series itself, I found dialogue a tad crude and immature, but in a fun way. And overall, I'd say it was stupid, but the right kind of stupid. The animation was stellar. I sometimes wondered why they couldn't do a little bit more of the video game styled stuff. But, oh well. It's mainly because I mostly just kind of seeded in the first episode. Which, funny story, I ended up watching the show backwards. I started from the 6th and watched until I reached the 1st instead of vice versa. So, my impression of it is a tad different than what you'd expect, because I accidentally watched the 6th episode first instead of last. So instead of learning what happens next, I learned the context behind all the spoilers. Without actually spoiling myself beyond just seeing the thumbnail of that one video that showed only the Rayman clips. Just the thumbnail. What do I think of the other characters? Well, I wasn't particularly attached to Jade. I didn't really watch the prequel series, nor did I play Beyond Good and Evil. So I don't really have any particular feelings. I didn't feel one way or the other when I watched Jade die. I admit it. But the performance of all the voice actors was stellar. My favorite character besides the fucking eggplant himself is, funnily enough, the French frog. I didn't want to like him because I kind of don't like Assassin's Creed for being the cash cow that took over after they replaced Rayman with the rabbits. It kind of just looks like a sanitized, normie tier shit version of roguery, for lack of a better term. That and, not enough espionage. Not enough espionage. But they were a likable character, regardless of that, and, I know it's probably sounds condescending, but I found him cute. Not like a simpery type cute, just aww. And I definitely relate to them on a tiny bit of a level. That scene where they were asking for music in the car. I would have asked for music too. And now for Paige. He kinda had an arc. They were alright. I like how everything is built up to him sacrificing himself to save some random girl. Or to save some random people. Because he couldn't save Jade. And the fact they had the balls to just kill her like that, that's commendable. I probably would not have been able to do that in my writing. Or at least, I hope I could change that. A lot of the things they've done, though, are things that I would have written, though. Like with Marcus flipping off Sarah, at the last second while the door was closing. That's the sort of cheeky, childish bullcrap that I'd do. He's like, take that, jackass. So I love that. I kind of liked watching the glower ass Power Ranger parodies, or as I thought of them at first, the Voltron parody. I don't love watching them, but it was fun seeing their ass get kicked. But honestly, I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more if I did watch from the first episode and just had the slow build up. I think that the whole plot where Rayman ends up shooting up that office would have been a lot more impactful if I actually did watch from the first episode to the last episode, and had that tense built above. Oh, is he gonna be an actual glower for realsies or what? Only for it to just cathartically be debunked with him shooting up the Templars. I guess he does realize that with such violent means, he might end up becoming the new Templars or some shit, as violent revolutions tend to go. But I don't know if he cares anymore. I have a feeling that he doesn't. And, yeah. Captain Lazerhawk himself, I just kinda... Yeah, he did have a decent arc, I guess. Personally, I just wasn't. I mean, it's not like I was unenthused, but, I was kind of poking fun at the show a bit. I was giddily watching and laughing at the action scenes and whatnot. And I remember telling myself that I was laughing to cope with all the fucked up shit they show on screen. Honestly, the tone of the show is the sort of tone I kind of ended up having with Makabea Laila. Whether I intended that to be the case or not. So yeah. I'm pretty sure that autism keeps making me go back to Rayman, and thus it's harder for me to focus on forming an actual opinion on him. I mean, on the other characters. Except for the frog, which he did talk to. And honestly... Notifications, Lamau. Anyhow, so yeah, I think the best characters in the thing, let's just summarize this, were Rayman and the frog, bullfrog. Apparently, the lore's quite interesting. New government rose after the United States of America collapsed, and it's a corporate fascistic hellscape. They managed to use the little... I managed to use the name of the Ubisoft in a clever way. Ubi, funny acronym for fucking fiat cred. Surprisingly enough, they still kept it physical. I guess because they know that it'd be very easy to modify digital shit. Oh well. I guess that's why the codec was kept away. Anyhow, I found Alex to be the kind of unexpected one of the true villains. Obviously, there's the obvious Templar villains, but then there's Alex, who's purposefully playing to the whole anarchy equals chaos thing, and kind of having an ends justify the means type mentality. And just kind of willing to kill innocents just so they can watch a false paradise burn. And I find that quite intimidating. But on the other hand, he looks like somebody that a certain someone I know would definitely like a little too much. So I kind of can't take him seriously. But on the other hand, he looks like something out of some Baki Rule 34 or something. So, I can't really be intimidated by him completely. But in terms of personality, he's quite the serpentine revolutionary. He supposedly fights for a good cause, but his means shall end him and make him just another monster. Just like Eden itself. That's why it's crucial for Captain Lazerhawk to fight him. And that's the only problem we really have of Rayman shooting up the Templars. I don't know whether or not it would count as a violent revolution or something based. Would he end up becoming like the Templars? Or not? That is the question. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Oh yeah! Sarah Fisher and Marcus Holloway. The fight between them was incredible. And that last bit in the ending, that offer, absolute chills. So yeah, that was my opinion of the Captain Lazerhawk show. I was Barakon, and I hope I get to see you in an actual fucking video project. But for now, I bid you all farewell. Par la rêve, pour la rêve.